question of what is a Jew and what is Judaism, it's not a dumb question. It's actually a very sophisticated question. And the reason for that is because Judaism has been sort of boxed into all of these different modern categories that did not exist when Judaism became a thing in the world. Judaism is an ethnicity to some extent, not a race by any stretch of the imagination. As people who have been to Israel will know, the vast majority of Jews in Israel are Jews of color. Again, right. Jews don't understand themselves by these categories whatsoever. I'm using extraordinarily contemporary language, like people
Arab
of color
Jew
or white
versus
people.
Ashkenazi, Jew, Eastern European Jew.
Yeah, you can be an Ashkenazi Jew, you can be a Mizrahi Jew, a Jew from North Africa, you can be a Sephardic Jew, a Jew that originated in Spain and was kicked out during the Inquisition. It doesn't matter because they're all Jews. So what does it mean? Well, most fundamentally, it's a belief in monotheism, a belief in one God. If you believe in Jesus being the Son of God, you're not a Jew. I mean, like, categorically, because that is to not believe in the fundamental sort of that was the fundamental original fissure, right, between Christianity and Judaism.
Because Jesus was a Jew, and then it split because you thought Jesus was the Son of God, or you didn't. You became Christian, or you stayed Jewish.
Right. But I think the core reason why this is a relevant question is because when people are trying to understand what Jew hatred is and what is simply being critical, being skeptical, being, any of the other things you were describing, it's like, well, what am I against? Am I against Judaism as you were saying, Jillian, Judaism as a sort of state, as the Jewish state? Well, the reason that the question of what is Judaism and what is a Jew becomes extraordinarily relevant is because you are trying to understand, and I think many people are trying to understand, well, in order to know if something is anti-Jewish, you need to know what Jewishness and Judaism is. Right. The core thing, I think, for your listeners to walk away with is that unlike Judaism is a thing that predates all of these modern categories of ethnicity, of race, of faith. Is Judaism a faith? Well, it's a faith, but it's also other things. The Hebrew word for what Judaism is meaning peoplehood. And peoplehood encompasses all of these different things, including a connection to a particular piece of real estate about which there is a tremendous amount of, let's just say, heated discussion across the world right now. Okay. So when you talk about Judaism, I think it's just important to remember that it is a category that goes back thousands of years, that predates all of the things we try to slot it into. But because we live in a time where we think about things in terms of ethnicity, race, faith, etc., those become sort of imperfect categories. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does make sense. So even if I know nothing about the religion, though, my blood shows that I am 37% Ashkenazi Jew. Now, it's not a race. It's a genetic trait because I can be all different ethnicities and still have Jewish genes and a Jewish religion.
Well, here's the thing. I do not believe in here's the core thing. You can be born someone with zero Ashkenazi genetics.
This podcast is sponsored by Active Skin Repair, a skin health company helping people heal with natural, non-toxic, medical-grade ingredients. Active Skin Repair utilizes a molecule called hypochlorous acid. And when you apply the skin molecule, it works by mimicking the natural immune response to cleanse, soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and support healing. Active Skin Repair can be used to treat a wide range of skin issues, including cuts, scrapes, burns, sunburns, diaper rashes, and other types of skin damage. This is invaluable for moms, maybe you've noticed. It is also safe and non-toxic, making it suitable for use on all skin types, all parts of the body, and it even helps with rosacea, eczema, and acne-prone skin. With over 500,000 happy customers, thousands of 5-star reviews, and ingredients so safe and so clean, they can be used by the youngest member of the family up to the oldest. So now you have one simple solution for all of your family's skin health needs. Just visit ActiveSkinRepair.com to learn more about Active Skin Repair and to get 20% off your order. Just use the code Jillian.
Ashkenazi genetics do not make you a Jew. Blood does not make you a Jew.
Okay.
A decision to join the Jewish people makes you a Jew.
Okay.
So can you convert to Judaism if you are born a Black evangelical from Louisiana? The answer Judaism gives unequivocally along any strand of Judaism, including the most fervently Orthodox, is absolutely yes.
Got it.
And the reason is because Judaism is not about what your, if you go to 23andMe, what the results are. That might be an interesting curiosity.
Got it.
But Jillian, if your mother happens to be Jewish, technically, does that mean you're a Jew? Yeah, but if you don't identify as a Jew, if you don't identify with the Jewish people, if you don't do any of it, sure, technically you could be considered a Jew, but it's kind of comes out in the wash.
Very interesting.
The core thing, and this is something that I feel is like very much misunderstood right now, is there's a lot of people on the far right and the far left that fetishize Jewish IQ, that fetishize the idea that Ashkenazis are different in some way because IQ. I think all of that is like a road to oblivion. I don't even understand that conversation. The fundamental thing is, the thing that makes you a Jew is a decision to join the Jewish people, to state your faith in the belief in a single God, and to essentially throw in your lot with the Jewish people. One of the earliest stories of conversion in the Hebrew Bible and the Torah is the story of Ruth, when she says to her daughter-in-law, Naomi, she says, your people will be my people and your God will be my God. And the reason that phrase stands the test of time is what comes first in that phrase, God or peoplehood? Peoplehood comes first. It's throwing in your lot with the Jewish people. So again, just to bottom line it for people that are listening, blood, genetics, that does not make you a Jew.
Got it.
What makes you a Jew, and the reason that Judaism is open to everybody, is that you can convert without having any Jewish history or ethnicity whatsoever and be regarded as just as Jewish as a person that can trace their lineage back to, I don't know, the hills of Judea 2,500 years ago.
So now, having said that, if I was to be critical of Netanyahu,
yes,
does that make me anti-Semitic?
Absolutely not.
It doesn't. Well, see, I would think that. And yet, I am seeing people who are critical of Netanyahu be smeared with that brush. And then I become torn because, I personally am pro-Israel. Now, there are things that have gone on that are deeply upsetting, right? We've all seen the images of children dying under rubble in Gaza. We have all been told that, humanitarian aid can't get in, and there's vaccines they're holding from the kids and food and blah, blah, blah. We've all heard this. I could be against that no matter where that was happening, but because it's Israel, people, I feel like they then go, oh, well, it's because it's Israel, you're looking the other way. Whereas if anybody else did it, it would be considered war crimes. And then it makes them anti-Semitic. I am starting to see it breed anti-Semitism. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much in that statement, and there's so much sort of true information and frankly kind of like information warfare happening right now around this issue.
Right.
I want to just pull out one example, and people can go look at this article in Tablet Magazine. A really excellent data science called Zach Goldberg did an amazing study during the sort of past 5 years of the peak of wokeness. And he studied the ways that the words privilege, racism, anti-racism, white supremacy came to become categories because the legacy press kind of willed them into being. And he has these unbelievable graphs. I'll share them with you, Jillian. Maybe you could include them in the show notes.
As the temps start to rise, I get that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I am done wasting money on trendy pieces that I wear once, which is why I'm obsessed with Quints. The clothes are timeless, elevated, built to last, no insane markup. I'm talking about 100% European linen shorts and dresses that start at just $30. Italian leather platform sandals, luxe swimwear that looks straight off a runway but costs half of what you'd expect. Quints partners directly with top-tier factories, cutting out the middleman so you get designer quality at a price that actually makes sense. And they only work with ethical, responsible manufacturers who care about people and the planet. Personally, I stocked up on the linen tees and the tanks, and believe it or not, a killer summer dress. Occasionally, I do wear dresses. And honestly, it finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Upgrade your wardrobe at quince.com. Luxury should never mean compromise. Team, give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.